Hi, my hair looks spiky. Whatever. Right? It looks cool like that. Hey, Andrew Joseph Torelli, and I've been listening to the Miseducation of Spiky Hill, Spiky Head, Cloud Stripe, Final Fantasy, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album, which came out when I was maybe around 14, 15 years old, starting teenage years, right? And I didn't listen to it because it was a woman's album or a girl's album. And I did love Doo-Wop, great song though. Who wouldn't? How can you not like that song? Which is why you should have listened to the album. And anyway, I got into it now. The intro, it's very. I just had that on. I have it on the background. I'm sorry if that's rude. Thank you for letting me review this Lauryn Hill, or Miss Lauryn Hill, right? Which is pretty wild. But let's not get into that too much. Let's get into the tracks and how they made me feel. From starting with the intro. Okay, I'm going to pause the music because I want to think a little bit better. The intro has a teacher, and there's lots of these little moments where there's I would like to say a mature group of students talking about love in the background with a teacher, with a supervisor, let's say, or a teacher, or a guardian even. And it was risky for this guardian to even talk about that because they sound like maybe older, very mature high school students. And you hear some silly, immature comments, and you hear some excellent comments as well. It's very interesting. So I'm going to get into the psychology of that relating to me. And I'll talk about it for about 15 minutes. We're at 2 minutes now. So track one, it ends with the teacher saying, Lauryn Hill, Lauryn Hill, Lauryn Hill. In like a little bit of an echo as if where is she? And she's not present as the teacher's taking attendance, right? So it says Lauryn Hill, Lauryn Hill, Lauryn Hill. And she's not saying she's present, right? So I guess that associates with the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which being an artist, and I would consider myself an artist myself. The way my mind thinks is very creative, and how that spawns out into your adulthood, sexuality, and your sex life as well, and your love life, because love is one of the major themes here, if not the biggest theme in the album, right? Of course it is. That's why it's such a hit, and that's what makes a great album. A good representation of love, of the world. So I guess that's letting you know that's what this album was about. It's saying maybe that there were some good teachers, because one of these teachers to even talk about love with the students is seemingly taking a huge risk, and it just seems the way it's presented by that teacher, he or she or whoever started this idea is doing a very good thing for the mature students. Now, the mature students are the leaders of our generation, because I wasn't that mature at that age, at least me personally. But it seems that Lauryn Hill either was or wasn't, because she wasn't present. She wasn't in class. And that reminds me of a lot of me, too. I was left back half a year because I just wasn't in class. I was like, why would I want to go to class to get my books knocked out of my hand? God forgive me. I'm sorry if I'm being rude. Or judged for liking video games or art. Or, it was just, but those are the fights you have to deal with. And my home life, but you have to blame yourself ultimately. Well, not blame yourself, but understand yourself ultimately, that you're going to grow in time and hope for the divinity of God to help you, because some people need that. That's a bit of a tangent too much. So track two is Lost Ones. A little bit of a reggae thing as well, as let's talk about the music too. We're mixing the music with the psychology of this high school love and teacher guardian idea, or, in the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, in which it is. And I'm not crazy about Lost Ones too much. But the lyrics and the title I like. The song, I'm sorry, let me shut up. The lyrics and the title I like. I think she's saying about a breakup. Someone just didn't love. You just lost one. Peace. I'll see you later, You weren't worth it in the end. And hopefully you'll realize that about me too. And that's a relationship, a good way to break off. We just don't love each other. It's not going to work out. Peace. And that's the best way to do it. But it takes wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of love to do that. So if you don't get out of a toxic relationship, it just gets more toxic. So yeah, and it only hurts the world more. It's like a poisonous vine that keeps creeping, like a snake, like a Satan, like an antichrist, like the devil. God forgive me, God help us. That's what whereas love grows and prospers, be cool and prosper, and the darkness is death. in a bad way too, because whatever, I'm not sure about that. That's another tangent on life and death and what happens when you die, resurrection, blah, blah, blah. So then you have track 3, which is X Factor. And the X Factor to me is love. I think that's what Lauryn Hill is trying to express here. How isn't it, And of course it is. It's the X Factor in America, at least in my world, in our world. It seems like it isn't too. But it's like, okay, Jesus, as an example, he's the Son of God, let's say, right? Even if you don't believe that, let's say, for the sake of argument, he's the Son of God, and people loved him. That was the X Factor. That's why he's prayed. He was loving people. He was doing the right thing. It didn't matter who was in charge. He did the right thing at the end of the day. And that was the X Factor. And you have women coming up to the man, giving it with a veil on. His mother, they're wiping his face, against guards, against adversity and stuff like that. So that's an X Factor. So this to me is the greatest song on the album. I just got some chills for some reason after a text from Thumbtack. It's excellent. I love the way it's sung. It touches my heart. It makes me feel great. I think it is about a breakup, but it's still the X Factor, which is love. So it's interesting. Maybe it's a little bit of both. A little bit of a creative thing going on there. But I do think the X Factor means I love him. I don't care how much he hurts me or how much she hurts me. I still fucking love this person. There's nothing I could do about it. There's nothing you could do about it in that case, because I love you too. And that's really how love works. We can only try and pray for divinity to make it better. Best song on the album, bottom line. I love it. Then you got track 4, which is To Zion. I think it's called To Zion, yes. And this reminds me of a soldier or a warrior shipped away, ex-soldier, Final Fantasy VII, maybe for 20 years or so. And he's fighting a war somewhere, whether it's in his heart, whether it's in Zion, the Middle East, we're at America, a rough job. He's off somewhere in the clouds, let's say, right? Fighting this battle that she's missing him, because she's fighting the battle as well because he's not there. Great track in lyrics as well. Great track. It makes, if that's where she was going, I hope I nailed it. Great track. Then you got 5 here. I don't know why it's not popping up. Doo-wop, that thing. This the hit of the album. It's just great doo-wop. She nailed it. I don't think I have to talk about this one too much because everyone already has. But that thing, it's a classic. You get the doo-wop in the back and the great melody and the good vibes, the excellent energy. And this song's it's a masterpiece. I guess it's a masterpiece, right? Maybe the album is. This is a great song. Love this song. Love it. Gotta give it a 10 out of 10. Generous 10 out of 10 for some reason, but how do you not love this one? Lauryn Hill, thank you for this. It's a blessing. Track 6, Superstar. I didn't get into this one too much. I love the name here, but I didn't get into this too much, so I'm going to skip for now. Final Hour. I get some churchy vibes with this. A bit of anger too, a bit of an Omen feeling. Maybe that's not good to say, but it's a little dark. It's dark. When It Hurts So Bad, another breakup song about love. When love hurts so bad, I assume, right? But you don't want it to hurt bad. You want things to be easy and not boasting, like the final song, which is Tell Him. She says that love is not boasting, and it isn't. I have a big. Sometimes you love somebody so much you want everyone to know how much you love them, and how great this person is, how much awesome they are. Maybe that's not boasting. That if you throw it across like that, it depends on the person. But you want to be chill with love. It's more chill, and I'm sorry, it should be more chill. But you want somebody to feel special too, right? Whatever. So then I Used to Love Him, another breakup song, and this is Forgive Them, Father. She's religious, I assume, maybe Catholic even, or maybe in between a spiritual battle. I'm not sure. This has a lot of Catholic or Christian vibes with Forgive Him, Father. I just lost the track there. I don't know why. How that happened. Oops. All right. So for some reason it shut off. Maybe the car. Okay. Turn it back on. The middle tracks. I'm sorry for not knowing enough about them, but I did listen to this at 3 or 4 days. So I apologize for that. Back to Forgive Them, Father. Track 10 is the next one. Sorry for rambling too much too. Every Ghetto. I think I forgot. I'm sorry. Okay. Lauryn Hill. 11 doesn't resonate too much. Track 12, no, I'm sorry. 13, wait, this is the later tracks. I could be wrong on the track numbers here. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. This is a great song. I don't get the lyrics that much, but it's a title track, and I like how she put it late. I love some of the sounds in the background. It's like she sings excellent too. Great piano or some sort of beat there that's just excellent, smooth, and she is singing some poetry here as hard as she can, I believe, and she's trying very hard. Great track. I didn't get into it too much or too deep. I don't understand it too much, but it's a great track. I like the whole. Okay, this is track 16 or 17. I'm sorry, I missed the tracks a lot here. I apologize. Can't Help Falling in Love with You, a great cover. Good song. I feel the energy here a lot, and I'm glad that she covered this song. Beautiful cover to an excellent, loving title. Great. The mix-up is excellent. Can't take my eyes off of you. And then it goes into the final track that I just really got into, which is Tell Him. And I just posted the lyrics on Facebook. And this is where I kind of want to cap it off, but I think I missed a few things. Always willing to talk about it another day or something. And this is a great song, and I love how she ended it here with Tell Him, because some guys gotta know, or you gotta know, or she's gotta know, and it's so you don't say nothing. Why? What is up with that? Because if you said something that might have ruined it, it's all up to that's the bond at the end of the day. I'm almost bringing tears to my eyes. Great song, the best lyrics on the album. Great way to end it. Excellent album. I love it. Thank you, Lauryn Hill. I love you, Lauryn Hill, if you don't mind me saying that. Wish the best to your children, your family. God bless. Thank you for letting me review this album. And Tell Him is really probably the most wisest thing, and vice versa, tell her as well. In the name of love, I could come up with. All right, I guess I'll close it off there. Here's my dad. Right? This is a half rosary, I think, right?